Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the propensity model for line of credit product for Nationalcity. So let's look at the agenda for today. We're going to talk about the executive summary, then we're going to talk about the methodology, and then I'm going to share some of the insights from the exploratory data analysis, and then also key insights from the model that we developed, and then assessment of the models to figure out which is the best model, and then profile of the top 100 customers and how different they are from the rest of the population, and then recommendations for future successful campaigns. So when you look at the executive summary, so the objective of this exercise is to create a custom propensity model for a new line of credit product against a household used car. And the objective is to select the top 100 customers to contact who will have the highest propensity to respond from a list of prospective customers. The key findings from this analysis are: of the four models that we developed and deployed, logistic regression had the highest prediction accuracy of 89% on the training data and 76% on the test data. And then we identified the following important factors that impact the response rate. The number of contacts in the current campaign. Lesser the contact, the higher was the response rate. Days passed since the last campaign. Higher the days passed, the higher the response rate. Last contact month. Customers contacted in summer months tend to have a lower response rate. Education, job, and marital status. Single, highly educated customers with management level jobs tend to have the highest response rate. Previous campaigns and previous campaign outcomes. Customers who were part of the previous campaign have the highest response rate, and also who responded positively also have a higher response rate. Call duration. The higher the call duration during a customer contact, the higher the response rate is. And insurance and car loans. Customers who are insurance and car loans tend to have a higher response rate. So here is the methodology of how we did this thing. So we followed the SEMA methodology, which is sample, explore, modify, model, and assess. So in the data, in the sample data, we had four kinds of data. We had the marketing data, we had the credit data, demographics, and vehicle data. In the exploration phase, we used a lot of histograms, frequency counts, correlation, cluster analysis, outlier analysis to really understand the data and on how the relationship between the different variables within the data. Once we explore the data, then I did binning, grouping, and also I leveraged V-treat feature engineering process to really modify the data. That way, it's suitable for us to develop models. And then once the data was modified, I developed four models: logistic regression, K-in, and decision trees, and random forest. And out of the four models, we tested to figure out like which model was the best model. And then the next phase, assess, we use some of the KPIs such as confusion matrix, sensitivity, specificity, accuracy, lift chart to analyze each one of the models to figure out what's the best model for us to deploy for this particular exercise. So here are some key insights on the exploratory data analysis. So you'll see that, as I told you earlier, the customers contacted in summer months have a lower response rate compared to the fall and spring months. Similarly, here you'll see that customers who were just contacted once in the current campaign have a higher response rate compared to customers who are contacted multiple times. And you also see the response rate decreases with increase in number of contacts. Again, here customers contacted in the first 2 weeks of a month have a higher response rate compared to the rest of the weeks in a month. And here again, you see that the call duration is highly correlated with the response rate. Higher the call duration, higher the response rate is. And then again, here you'll see that Gen Zs, boomers, and silent population have a higher response rate, even though they represent only a 15% of the overall population. And then again, customers with a 4-year degree, college degree have a higher response rate compared to high school graduates. And then customers without a car loan have a higher response rate. Similarly, customers without a household insurance have a higher response rate. And customers who have a debt of within the range of $2,000 to $5,000 have a higher response rate compared to the rest of the population. So now let's look at some of the key insights that we got from the models. So as I told you, I developed 4 different models. The first one was the logistic regression model. And then once we developed the model, I did a visual representation of how the model separated the classes with the initial cutoff of zero point 0.5. And you'll see that probably I mean, the zero point 0.5 cutoff was not really differentiating the classes. So by changing the threshold to zero point 0.4, I'm able to get a better separation between the different classes. So for the model, I leverage zero point 0.4 as the number to go and develop the model. The second is the KNN model, and you'll see that the model error decreases the increase the number of neighbors, and then the rate of decrease slows down after probably around like 9 neighbors. So based on the visual observation, we created a KNN model with 9 neighbors. Again, the KNN model, again, if you see that, the model separated the class, how the model separated the class with initial cutoff of 0.5. And you see that the models were not properly separated properly when you use zero point 0.5. By changing the threshold to 0.35, I can see a better separation between the classes. And from a random forest model, again, the chart above shows that the model error decreases, the increase in number of trees, and then the rate of decrease slows down after 100 trees. So based on the visual representation, created a model with 100 trees. And then according to the model here, the top factors impacting the response rate are past campaign outcome, communication channel, last contact man, number of contacts, duration of the call, age, and car make. And then decision similar to random forest, I also developed a decision tree model. And according to the model, the top factors impacting the response rate are call duration, call model, past campaign outcome, last contact man, and annual donation amount. So now let's look at the model assessment. So out of all the 4 models, we have 2 different graphs. One is training accuracy, which is based on 90% of sample data, and testing accuracy, which is based on 10% of sample data. And you'll see that for both the training and testing data, the logistic regression has the highest prediction power, 0.89 and 0.76, and it's almost 29% higher compared to the least efficient random forest model for training data, and 19% higher compared to the least efficient random forest model on the testing data. So what are the benefits of leveraging the logistic regression model with the highest prediction accuracy? Obviously, leveraging this model helps us to reduce cost in marketing budget, and also able to reach more prospective customers, and obviously increase loan volume and profitability for Nationalcity. And again, this is the ROC chart for selected logistic regression model. The x-axis shows the false positive rate, which is specificity, and y-axis shows the true positive rate, which is sensitivity, and the diagonal represents the random model. And the chart shows that the curve is climbing quickly towards the top left, meaning that the model correctly predicts the cases. So let's look at the top customer profile. Once the model is developed, we looked at the top 100 customer profile, and obviously response rate of predicted response rate for the top 100 customers is 86%, which is 4 times higher than the predicted response rate for the entire prospect. And then again, we look at the contact attributes. Compared to the overall prospect, the top 100 customers have fewer contacts in the current campaign, more days passed since the last campaign, more customers who are part of the previous campaign, fewer customers who were last contacted in the summer months, and more customers who were last contacted in the fall months. And then looking at the demographic attributes, as compared to the overall prospect, the top 100 customers have more customers in a management job, a higher percentage of singles and diverse, and higher percentage of customers with tertiary education, lower percentage with primary education. And then looking at the credit attributes, as compared to the overall prospect, the top 100 customers have higher debt, lower percentage of customers with household insurance and car loan. So here are recommendations for Nationalcity. Well, the first thing I want to recommend is like we're definitely recommending resting strategy. So we want to provide a sufficient gap between successive campaigns to reduce offer fatigue. Second thing is touch points. We need to minimize and optimize touch points to reduce the number of contacts during a campaign. Third thing is coming up with an overarching offer sequencing strategy. Instead of focusing on one campaign at a time, Nationalcity should focus on creating an overarching strategy to optimize offers to customers over multiple campaigns. Fourth thing is communication strategy. The model shows that there's not much awareness and lack of interest for this product among less educated, blue collar, and married couples. So I would recommend developing a communication strategy to create awareness and interest for this lesser educated, blue collar workers and married couple population for this product. And the last one is pricing strategy. The model showed that customers who already have a household insurance, car loans, and lower debt, they were reluctant to get this product. So having different pricing tiers and having lower pricing to attract these customers would be beneficial for National City. And that's pretty much it for today. If you have any questions, please do reach out to me and have a good day. Thank you.